You enter the grove the villager told you about and spot a small encampment in the distance.
Well met, travelers!
A hearty voice calls as you approach.
Are you here to help us slay the great beast?
Infuriating.
There it sits, menacingly.
The knight whispers to you.
Talk to me about it. I'm glad you believe me.
She tells you.
More than you'll ever know. Now, bring your courage to the fore.
You find your confidence well placed. Spindly legs rise from the dirt, and the windmill lurches forward. Creatures spring up around you, rushing to defend the windmill. The strange gemstone seems to be protecting this creature from spells and weapons. The windmill seems undaunted by your weapons and spells. A creature sporting an unusual gemstone seems to be avoiding you. The gemstone cracks, and the windmill shudders. A creature's unusual gemstone seems to be avoiding you. Another gemstone cracks, and the windmill shakes violently. Once more, the windmill rumbles deeply, then falls still. The magic that brought it to life seems to have left it.
Thank you.
The old knight says.
Your trust in me brought us victory this day. You've earned a reward.
She continues. disguise is foiled, the gnome sends his pets forward.
Never again will he pose a threat.
What wonder more hides within this intentions? So ends our hunt.
It's not clear whether this structure was meant to be a shelter, a tent, or just a decoration of the view. Within the distance of just a few short steps, the temperature plummets and snow covers the ground. Whatever caused this sudden change in the climate surely wasn't natural. Ahead lies Bitterspine Palace, home to the Baron and Baroness Bitterspine, and one of the many holdings of the Prince of Frost.
You have arrived at Bitterspine Palace, home of one of the Prince of Frost's vassals. You proceed with caution. Whether you're expected by the Baroness or not, the Prince of Frost's cold reputation is known throughout the Feywild. The Prince of Frost stands before a throne overlooking the crowded ballroom, the Baroness beside him. However, the third throne on the dais stands empty. The air chills as the Archfey points a finger toward you.
Why have you disturbed me with your presence, Outlander?
If I may, my prince, says the Baroness, a connection in the summer court sent word of the Outlander's arrival. I have brought them an audience. I assure you, they will not disturb the board. You're told that Osha loathes a traveling party such as this one. He's likely to be avoiding the crowd somewhere, perhaps out on the windward balcony. The head waiter explains that Osha told him not to allow anyone into the treasure vault. However, you're able to persuade the goblin to unlock the door for you. Water elementals flood out of the treasure vault to confront the intruders. You hear a bell chime in the ballroom as you pull this lever.
Glint of gold.
You notice a bizarre painting depicting the wintertide ballroom. To your surprise, you're able to step through it and into the ballroom itself. hear a bell chime in the ballroom as you pull this lever. This door leads out to the windward balcony. From the dim gems on either side, you can see that it has been sealed to prevent guests from following Osha outside. The court advisor stares off into the distance. At the sound of your footsteps, he jolts, turns around, and lets out a dejected sigh. Osha hands you a key. He tells you that the frosted cerise flower can be found in the center of the Aurora Garden, but warns you not to let the true nature of your visit become gossip fodder for the other guests. You step out into the snowy garden. A peculiar patch of grass grows in its center, along with a flower that emanates a magical. The flower crumples away into nothing in the palm of your hand, and instantly regrows in the soil. The newly sprouted flower glows blindingly for a moment, and, unexpectedly, a shockwave rocks the palace. To your surprise, the ballroom is now covered in twisting vines and familiar flowers.
I thought I eradicated those flowers a millennia ago. Now they're everywhere.
Snarls the Prince of Frost.
Outlander, we'll fix this. I'll turn you into a block of ice.
Lady Lazuli informs you that there were only 2 of the nobles who didn't recognize in attendance tonight. She knows who can tell you more. Sir Snowdrift, the resident social butterfly of the Prince of Frost's court. Sir Snowdrift tells you that Lord Beryl was last seen slinking off to the kitchen in search of a fresh bottle of wine. Then he shoos you out of his crowd of adoring nobles.
Bite of my teeth.
Lord Beryl says that Dame Allegra has gone to explore the Prince of Frost's quarters. Speaking with her is the next step in solving this plant puzzle. group of palace guards stand at attention in front of the Prince of Frost's quarters. An Eladrin noble stands at Dame Allegra saw a hooded stranger plant the frosted cerise in the garden. She bids you to follow her there, so she can... A frost giant snores on the floor of this chamber. Clearly, he didn't think anyone would dare to intrude in the Prince of Frost's private quarters. You find yourself in a surprisingly sparse chamber. But even in such a bare room, you know there must be something hidden inside. The spout on this fountain turns like a door handle. A secret passage slides open along the back wall. Hidden away in this room stands a sculpture of a woman. Its plaque reads, "For my love, in ice you survive."
This trifle may be useful.
I don't know.
hours until I am allowed to hunt again.
The Prince of Frost had hidden a journal inside a sphere of ice. The journal details memories of his long-lost love. As he dropped the journal, the Frost Giant bursts into the room, along with a squad of red-capped guards. The Frost Giant collapses onto the floor with a heavy thud. A growth of blossoming vines is sprung up around the gate. When you get close, smooth green constant. Dame Allegra stands in the center of the garden. She lets out a low chuckle.
How did you like my little prank? It was good fun. Riling up that gloomy prince always entertains my master Hearsome.
Allegra transforms before your eyes. You recognize her new This is Cadence, the night hag, who caused such trouble for the gatekeepers back in Stormreach.
Happy to see me, dearie? Good. It'll be for the last time.
Cadence pants.
I think that's enough taunting for one day. I'll let my pretty petals finish you off.
With a mad cackle, she vanishes. In her place, a shambling mound rises to attack. The mass of flowers and vines crumbles into ash, yet it leaves behind one last frosted cerise flower. You pluck the frosted cerise flower from the snow. This time, the bloom stays in the palm of your hand, instead of crumpling away into nothing. Return to the Baroness to tell her what happened. Though the prince himself would never admit to
The Prince of Frost glowers down at you.
Yes? Why have you come here? Out with it!
The Prince of Frost chuckles, but his eyes remain cold and hard as they bore down at you.
You come asking for favors when you impose on me by your very presence? Not many would dare.
You find yourself inside the base held by the rebel bandits. The Prince of Frost wants you to retrieve a wine chalice that they stole. The bandits said something about needing to get the patrol and the sentries to wake everyone up. It may be possible to sneak past the sentries and through the sleeping bandits without needing to fight.
Werewolf sentry stops,
Sniffs carefully, then looks directly at you and howls. Now the sounds of the bandits' awakening can be heard throughout the cavern. You'll have to fight your way through.
Feel the force of my voice.
This is the missing wine chalice that the Prince of Frost requested. An injured guard calls out to you.
You there! You have the look of an adventurer. The villagers have been captured and dragged off by those brutish Fomorians. I'm in no shape to do anything about it. Rescue them, please. I beg of you.
You overhear an argument between the Fomorians. Perhaps there's some way to take advantage of this strife? Lurtz considers your words, then gives a single nod. He begins heading towards where he last knew his brother to be. Lurtz looks you over.
If I get to keep all the captives for myself, I might as well add more to my haul.
Then he attacks. The Fomorians have been defeated, and the village is now safe. You've arrived at Rhyme's Refrain, one of the Prince of Frost's favorite venues. He demands that you remove the griffins that seem to have made their home inside the amphitheater. A number of griffins are perched throughout the amphitheater. They look at you apprehensively, but make no move to attack. You skillfully tend to the griffins' wounds. In time, the griffins will be able to return to their usual lairs. The amphitheater can now return to regular use. That takes care of one favor for the Prince of Frost. Now that you've done these 3 favors for the Prince of Frost, perhaps he'll return 1. The tramp of approaching boots echoes through the amphitheater. Then a vicious voice calls out,
The ones who bring me the matriarch's head gets an extra share of gold!
The hunters have caught up to the injured matriarch, but she is in no condition to fly. To once again even the scales, the Prince of Frost agrees to lend you his powers in reaching Hirsum's fortress. You can now proceed with the final part of your plan, trading Hirsum's needle for the Codex pages.
Ahead lies Bitterspine Palace, home to the Baron and Baroness Bitterspine, and one of the many holdings of the Prince of Frost.
Snow drifts into the open gateway of the abandoned lodge. You spot Hirsum, the Prince of Satyrs, through the gate.
We meet again, Baron. I see you're still here, carrying out your duties.
You know that I am bound to this place, Prince. It was your command.
You don't seem very enthusiastic about it. As it happens, I'm about to have a very important meeting here, and I don't wish to be... I'll need some guards. Reliable guards, not a grumpy old flea bag like yourself. Let's see. Yes, that should do it. Don't bother to get up, Bear. I wouldn't want to interrupt your busy schedule.
The bear looks up at you. He's known you were there all along.
You might as well come in.
He grumbles as he opens the gate. The bear agrees to help you find the Baron, but first you must bring him 3 items.
Little devices.
A massive figure looms in the murk ahead. You found one of the Fomorians, wicked giants who live in the caverns beneath the Feywild. You strip the gloves off of the dead Fomorian, and they immediately shrink down to your size. They're magic, of course. gnome baker tells you that he doesn't have any owlbear butter. A gingerbread golem that he created has run off with his entire supply, along with a collection of delectable custom-filled cakes.
You know the butter and flowers. Think of the cake makes someone new. Witness the magic that turned bread. I'm going to make a whole friend army.
Left of the gingerbread golem is a huge pile of crumbs. Amid his remains, you find a large pot of owlbear butter. The portal flickers to life, and a dark figure steps through.
There you are, Archfey. I have come.
Naturally. No doffins. The mortal gave my hands a little trouble, but once I was concealed by the enchantment, I was able to make off with the pages and leave those druids none the wiser.
You open the door and step into the massive sky oak, only to find yourself plummeting down.
Let us be done with this. Hand over the pages.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. There are two sides to this deal. And how can I be sure that you'll deliver what you've promised?
A blob of sky oak sap seeps out of the massive tree. You pick up the sticky sap. What could the bear possibly want with this? You don the giant's gloves, reach deep inside the bear's mouth, and a black unicorn bursts into the room, and a voice sounds in your mind. You have tampered with one of Hearsome's servants. My new master demands that you be punished for your impudence. Baron Bitterspine says he knows a secret that could defeat Hirsam. You should deliver the news to Winwood Hall. You can use that information to plan your next move.
Within the distance of just a few short steps, the temperature plummets and snow covers the ground. Whatever caused upward to the sky. Yet some form of corruption has gripped its roots, slowly twisting and transforming this ancient sentinel of the forest. These root tunnels are full of life. Yet something seems off. A sense of unease hangs in the air. Time to find the source of the corruption, then asked to stop. An ugly red magic barrier blocks the way down to the tree's heart. A strange red light fills the root tunnels, draining away the life in them. The barrier flickers out as the orbs destroyed. As the second orb shatters, that sense of uneasy felt fades. The barrier collapses when the third orb is destroyed, lifting the sense of dread from this area. A second barrier blocks the path down. You expect there are more orbs coming. Blights pull themselves through from the roof walls and attack. The root tunnel ahead is nearly dead. It's begun to rot away from the rest. The last orb in the northwest tunnel shatters. your sense of dread and loss mounts.
Demonios.
Feel the force of my claws.
With the final orb in the northern root tunnels destroyed, crackling sounds can be heard from the barrier. With the orbs gone, the second barrier collapses in on itself with an audible crackle. Corrupting magic pours down the corridor in palpable waves, draining life from the tree. The Fomorian bellows. Stop them, boys! With a single magic word, the Fomorian snaps the barrier back into place. However, you notice a crack in the base of the barrier you can squeeze through. Eargold the Blightmaster crumples to the ground, gasping. I was so close. So close. Eargold the Blightmaster snarls. Turn back, vermin. The Fomorian is dead, and the ritual ended. All that's left is to tell the pixies it's safe to return to the blessed tree.
A deep voice booms through the cavern. Turn back, stranger. Any who linger will be put to the test. A dryad leaps from the tree. Sensing your surprise, she motions for you to speak with her. The dryad calls for the test to begin, and creatures instantly spring to attack. woodwolf carefully picks through a pile of brambles, plucking out the largest and sharpest thorns.
within this?
Surely this is the thorn right. The Thornwright explains that he crafted a magic needle for Hirsum. A needle that now contains Hirsum's immortality. The Prince of Satyrs then took that needle to some place called the Treasure Grove. You arrive at Hirsum's stronghold after a long, long climb up the ice staircase. The Prince of Satyrs is near the entrance, playing a melody, while his servant Hermia flits nearby. Hirsum looks up, not at all surprised to see you.
Ah, here at last. I trust you didn't get frostbite. Welcome to Duskfall Overlook, a prime example as well as its past. See how the birds and the deer, the trees and the vines have reclaimed the ruins of the Skeladron House. Here we say goodbye to You seem impatient to start your duet with me. Worry not, it will begin soon, but first, I hope to teach you about what I want to achieve. Once you complete the lessons I have designed, we will speak again. But until then...
Hirsum bows, then disappears. A curious door glimmers into view. Even curiouser, it vanishes mere seconds after it appeared. You decide to keep your eye out for it as you complete Hirsum's lessons. You tumble out of breath into a shaded grove where Hirsum's herd of corrupted unicorns stands in the grass. Scar regards your presence in the grove with obvious disdain. But she tells you about the deals she made with Hirsum, that she and her herd may roam free in the remade Feywild, pillaging and ruling the land Hirsum grants them as they see fit. Dust motes drift through the air, while cobwebs choke the corners of this corridor. Fearsom's voice floats in the air, coming from everywhere and nowhere at all.
I have provided you with a feast for the senses. Once you and your fellows are ready, step up onto the table. But be aware. You'll be shut in until you've learned your lesson. Or
You're surprised to discover that a watchword has been hidden within this object. You hear a loud rumble, which strangely reminds you of a yawn. The door slams open. You collected a watchword and killed the hungry Fomorian. Now you are free to leave the Hall of Objects with a new understanding of Fearsom's ideals. A satyr and a small band of musicians stand in the crumbling amphitheater. Silver flashes and melts. As you step into the amphitheater, a portcullis slams. Fearsom's voice drifts into your ears, like a far-off strain of music.
now it's time for you to learn of my music. See this band of revelers.
Feel the bite of my teeth.
A gargoyle perches on a high ledge inside this room. He stretches out his Maybe I can help you find your way. Tourmaline shudders as even more of his stone body chips off. One more strong blast should do the job. The red signal crystal on the wall lights up when you pull this lever. A solitary gargoyle. Now that you have collected both watchwords, the root barrier disappears. Behind
Now they know what it means to face a dragon.
you find yourself on a balcony above the stronghold's main entrance. You found an exit from the maze and learned a valuable... This door has been... You clear your voice and speak the watchwords aloud. The door rumbles, creaks open, revealing the path to the roof. You can confront Hearsome at last. You step out onto the roof of Duskfall Overlook. The arena appears...
Congratulations are in order.
Hearsome says.
You've made it this far, but I have just one tiny lesson. All you see...
Two familiar figures shimmer into view. Illusory versions of Lord Arden and the Prince of Frost.
These two boars, your allies, stand in my way. Strike down these so-called friends of yours, and I'll reveal myself.
Then Lord Arden's illusion springs into motion. Some whistles.
Bravo! I hadn't imagined you'd be so ruthless. Sword and that bit of archery with steel. knowing how easily you betrayed them. He shrugs. The lesson is now complete. You have earned your audience.
Before you can leave, a cold, commanding voice peals out.
What have you done? We had a deal, Hasten.
Have you come for the hag? Asks the master of the hunt. My hunters report she... Don't let her prey use one of the portals. Use these banners. The hag will try to avoid the huntsman. That doesn't mean, though, they're invincible. Where would the sport be? That muses the master of the hunt. Each of my huntsmen are bound to the hunt, but when you remove their banner, you free them of their service. What they do with their freedom is your not the master of the hunt chuckles. If you like, you can defeat wild beasts out there to gather more lost banners, then use them to corral the hag towards me. In this gully, she will find true death mild. The air nearby tingles with magic. It seems to be coming from up above. If you got to higher ground, you could look for the source of this disturbance.
grab my head, and Hirson will turn us into worms.
The master of the hunt calls to you in the distance. It seems you didn't need my help after all. Impressive! Come see me for your proper reward.
So ends our hunts.
Some You have a good feeling about this chest. Perhaps it is the one you seek. As you open the chest, a unicorn leaps out. How did it even fit inside? As you defeat the unicorn, a deer bursts out from it. Is that the deer? Something flips out of it. Was it a cat? A bird? The raven is slain. As it falls to earth, an egg rolls out. Thankfully, the egg doesn't move. Something that looks like a small winged shadow sweeps down from the sky and plucks the needle out. Just as you reach for it, with a victorious yoink, the tiny dragon-like creature darts away with its prize. The little dragon disappeared through this portal, taking your prize with it. As you pursue the creature into the cave, you hear its excited The little dragon scoffs at your offer. The little dragon bounces. The little dragon announces,
We're gonna play hide and catch. But first, you close your eyes. No peeking. And count to count. And then finding, and then catching. And then you run.
Try for me.
The little dragon cries out.
You found me! Ha Ted, I'm in! Run!
Yes.
Which
Here's some precious needle repaired. You prepare to offer him a bargain. He can't refuse.
So ends our hunt. Begins anew.